You're welcome to part 5 on the series of trouser sewing. In this video, you are going to learn how to mark, gum, and join the waist of a trouser. You are also going to learn how to fix an elastic by the sides of a corporate trouser. If you've not watched parts 1 to 4, I have dropped the links on the comment section and also on the description box, as well as at the end of this video. This is VsmDesigns. If this is your first time on this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button right below this video and turn on the notification bell so that when next I upload a video, you will be the first to be notified. If you're a returning fan, thank you for checking back. Now let's go straight to today's tutorial. You are going to mark off this place. This is where you're going to fix the waist from. The essence of marking this is so that after fixing the waist, one part will not be higher or lower than the other part. Then you measure your waist. The waist is 38. 38 divided by 2 will give you 19. So you measure 19 from each side. After measuring 19 from each side, you have to confirm by measuring the full size to make sure that it's complete. Then from here, from where you marked off, you are going to mark 2 inches. Mark 2 inches. Then from the front side, you mark off 4 inches. Then whatever that's remaining, you divide it into 2 and mark it at the center. Do the same thing on the other side. So we are done with the marking of the waist. We are now going to gum. The size of this gum is 1/4 inches or 1.25 inches. Like I said, the waist is 38 inches. You are going to add about 10 to 12 inches extra. Meaning that what I'm gumming now, the full length is about 50 inches. I'm going to use this gum, this tissue paper gum, to gum this other part. We're not using waistband on this waist because it has side elastic. We are going to fix elastic by the sides. You are bending it from the cloth gum. Then you are cutting it off. We are still going to trim this a little bit more. This is the side you are going to use to join it to the main cloth. So you are going to bend it just to give it a crease to form a line. So I'm going to trim this a little bit more so that it will be closer to the front part of it. This is going to be my zip lining. The essence of this is to cover the inner part of the crotch so that the trouser looks neat from inside. First of all, I'm going to run bias on this. I'm running the bias on the inner part of the waist. That is the side that I use the tissue paper gum to gum. Then it's time to fix it. You are going to place it in such a way that you are going to run it from that chalk that we marked. This chalk here. Make sure it doesn't go higher or lower. Then you sew up to the bending. Up to this bending here. That's where you are going to stop your sewing. Please don't cross that place. And once you get to that place, you are going to, what we are trying to form now is extension. Then you bend this to your desired length. I am making this 2 inches. So you bend it this way, and so make sure that the 2 creases align, and you're going to sew up to this point. Once you sew up to that point, you stitch. If possible, you can mark it to make sure that you don't cross that place. Even a stitch should not touch the main cloth. You can see it. Then at this point now, you are going to raise it this way again, just like the way you started. Then you bend this backwards and continue your joining. Like this, now we have formed the trouser extension. So you now sew through. This marking was for belt loops, so you place your belt loops as you move on. Make sure that here is press opened. Then you are going to give about half an inch and stitch on the belt loops so that it doesn't fling anyhow when one wears it. This is the second side. Make sure this is open. Make sure you join the waist according to this marking. Trim this off. You should have maximum of 1.5 inches here. It should not be too much. Let's use this to form a loop. This loop is for the inner button. I don't use hook on my trousers because hook can rust over time. So it's always better to use loops for your inner buttons. You are going to bias it. You need to cut off this excess here. Please kindly like this video, and if you've not subscribed to my channel, do well to click on the subscribe button showing on the bottom of this video, and also turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you will be the first to be notified. Then now you see this crease here, this line, you are going to bend it from that line. Make sure you are bending it from that line. Here now, you are not following this gum to sew, but you are following this line here. You are going to bend here. Then connect here to this place. If you don't do it this way, after joining the waist, this thing here will be pulling your waist down, and you'll be seeing the impression on the upper part. You can see it's relaxed. Had it been we did not do it that way, here we'll be pulling this place down. I know a number of persons have this issue. You can see it's not mounting any pressure here. Let's cut off here. This is the other part of the waist. This is the zip lining. This is the open place. So we are going to place it this way. Make sure it covers the zipper. Then you sew here, just close to the bias. Bend it from this line or crease. Here you can give it any shape of your choice, but I'm just going to make it straight. Trim off the excess. Then you turn. You run thread here. At this point, I want to use basting stitches to hold here in place so that I'll be sure that when I lock the waist, it will be the exact waist size. You don't have to depend solely on the one you marked earlier. This is when you confirm the exact waist measurement. I'm running this at exactly the place I marked earlier, but I'm just using basting stitches to hold it there for me to confirm whether it's still 38 or more or less. This is 37.5. So had it been I relied solely on the one I marked earlier and I just closed it, I would have sewn the waist as 37.5 and not 38. So it's always important for you to confirm at this point that your waist measurement is complete. Perfect. Then you now run your thread. You are not closing here completely. You give an allowance for joining. You can see. Don't forget that here is always double stitched. We now bend this. I'm going to iron it now. And I've just done that. So it's time to close the waist. I'm going to stitch it here just on top of the first belt loop. Remember, I told you that this waist has side elastic, so I'm going to skip this place. I'm skipping here, then I will start again just from the darts on the back pocket. I'll start there, run it through to the next dart on the other side of the back pocket. Then I will also skip the side and start again from top of the belt loop from the other side. When you get to this place, you divert to the zip line and stitch. With this thread now, you have held the underlining in place. Then you are using this thread to fold the rough part of the lining. We are now going to run this crotch thread. Please, this is when you're supposed to run this crotch thread, not the time you fix your zipper. Then at this point now, we are going to fix our waist, our side elastic. So I'm going to pull off the cloth gum within the area that the elastic is going to be fixed. This is the elastic I'm going to use. So I cut 7 inches of an elastic then divide it by 2, making it 3.5 inches each. I'm going to fix it on the inner part of the waist so that as I do this stitching, somebody cannot see it from outside. That's part of knit sewing. You stretch it this way and stitch on the other edge. We do the same here. Please don't stitch your elastic to the front part of the waist. It will make that part to look rough. Rather, you fix it on the inside or the inner one. Then here now we complete the closing of the waist. As you sew, you stretch and sew so that you don't make mistakes. Then let's complete the fixing of the belt loops. So we have our waist ready and very neat. Thank you for watching this video. You can now click on the banner showing on your screen right now to watch my other videos.